Can you smell what the flock is cooking? Flock up or flock off, not till you stick around, because it's about to go down. You now flock with the most energetic entity in the Eagleverse. Let's go on a Fly Eagle Fly Friday. Let's flock and go. You know how we do around this time, about this time, at this time, man. It's the all-weekend pep rally. Fly Eagle Fly pep rally. You feel me? Fly Eagle Fly rally, because that's what's going down this weekend. We flying down to Dallas to go take over that stadium. AT&T is where it's going to be, and we shutting down. Let's flock and go. You know I'm super pumped, but let's keep the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe if you thought that Fly Eagles Fly. Drop a comment in that box if you're flying with the flock. Let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing. Note again, you hit that bell. You get a bang whenever we on this YouTube thing. Let's fly. And while that may be the maniac thing, let's keep the main thing. Hope this video finds you in good vibes, good tides. If you're not there, hope this helps you get there, because we about to go there. Oh yeah. And before we go there though, so it's a bit of a bad news, because I was hoping we could keep this guy in a developmental capacity. However, he didn't make it through waivers. Hoodie Bill came through and snatched Christian Ellis up. And yeah, I just read real quick that Nick Sirianni was upset about that, hoping that he would make it through the waivers. And it's pretty whack, man. I want to get that, I know over the last few weeks, he hasn't really covered for Zach Cunningham quite the way we thought he would or thought he could. You know, he's more of a downhill guy. He's not that great in coverage. But like I said, that's why I would want to keep him in a developmental capacity. Much like Davion Till, I don't know. I just got something for these guys, something for the underdogs. I don't know. Maybe it's a Philly thing. You know what I'm saying? But peace to Christian Ellis. But speaking of good vibes and good ties, there's a guy that wasn't always in good vibes and good ties all the time, man. Went through a few, mental health issues, you know what I'm saying? But let's give it up. First man coming down the lane today is the lane. Paved the Lane Johnson. You heard me? So this dude, man, he's just such a good dude. Just hearing a little bit more about his story over this past week, because he has been nominated for Eagles Walter Payton Man of the Year award. So let's fucking go. Let's give it up for our boy Lane Johnson, man. Just such a good dude. Hearing how other guys reach out to him throughout the league, you know, you don't really get to, they don't really, for the most part, pump these things, and I really think they should when these guys are mic'd up. But then again, these are real personal issues, so you know what? Some things aren't really for that mic, so let me chill on that. Just give it up for Lane Johnson, man. Just such a good dude, man. Hope he wins this award. You know, much like we saw last year. Well, no, we won a lot last year. I mean, I really wanted Brandon Graham to win that award, but these are all wants. But you know what we really need at the end of the year? Because I feel like a lot of fans, I hope not the players, but you know, we kind of get sideswiped by these accolades and these awards, because the accolades come with putting in that time. It's really a meritocracy when it comes to the accolades. The people know, hopefully the writers know, and everyone knows, but sometimes these awards seem a bit, I don't know, predestined by other forces, if you will. So, you know, we can put that to the side, because we know what's going on. And Lane Johnson is just a great flocking dude. Big up to Lane Johnson coming down the lane on the Fly Eagle Fly Friday. Give it up during the pep rally for Lane Johnson, man. Just so pumped. Just so hyped. And hopefully he has an amazing game. Not to mention, he just had an amazing game last week, which has been a bit overlooked due to the fact that, you know what happened last week. We don't got to get into that. Why we always bring it up always. We going on to Dallas. Let's flock and go. You see me? You feel me? You feel me? Get up when I'm laying down. So open your eagle eye. Poke your beak and give me a ah. Oh, yes. A little too early for that. But you know what? I'm just feeling hype, man. Hey, it is what it is. Just looking to get the stink off of that last game off of us, man. I mean, even caught myself today watching a little bit of the Bills game, because I just can't bring myself to watch. And I know I really should. I really should take a deeper dive into it. But yeah, no, whatever. I'm no reporter over here. I'm just a crazy fan here to pump you up. Let's flock and go, you know? So we got that going on. Lane Johnson come down the aisle once again, man. We can give it up to this guy all damn day. Pizzazz, yo, you know what I mean? But regardless of whom or what, we got that popping. Not to mention, everybody that was on an injury, that had an injury designation during this past week, come on down the lane, come on down the aisle. We've got Zach Cunningham with no injury designation. He was telling a reporter yesterday, I'm 100%, I'm going. Dallas Goedert coming through with no injury designation. He has been sorely missed in the offensive end, as well as Zach Cunningham on the defensive end. So it's good to see those guys back after missing a few games. Well, Dallas Goedert missing the last 4 games, and Zach Cunningham, I believe, missing the last game and a half. Regardless of what, just great to have those guys back. Slade did not practice all week, or at least to a limited capacity, at least as far as I know. Regardless of what, he's coming through with no injury designation. He's a full go for Sunday. Let's flock and go. You know, Julio Jones, I believe he was going through a bit during the week. A lot of people say, oh, really doesn't really matter. You know what? I need all my guys out here. All hands on deck. After what happened last week, we need to come through, show and prove against these Cowboys. because I'm going to chill out. The trash talking might not be my thing, bro. But regardless of what, I'm crazy superstitious. Like, is it me? Was it my fault? Did I do this to my Eagles? Chill. No hate, no shit. It wasn't me. It couldn't have been me. Come on, bro. It's these guys out there. But I don't want to blame my dudes either. So, yeah, I'll take it all on me. I'll take it. That's what a leader does. Yeah, so we got that going on. Who else is coming through with no injury designation? I had it. We do this thing on the fly. You know how we do. Freestyling, free wilding. We got Julio Jones, Darius Slay, Zach Cunningham, and Dallas Goedert. Yeah, come on down the aisle. Give it up to our dudes. Let's go. Let's get ready for this game. And real talk, all the whole team, come down the aisle. Give it up to our Philadelphia 2023 Flocking Football Eagles. You feel me? They're doing so well, a 10-2 record. I know last week is a bit of a bump in the road, but we're just trying to get to where we're trying to go. I mean, real talk, it really feels like this whole season has been a big preseason. Like, we're trying things out, we're ironing things out. At least I hope that's what's going on here. Albeit we did have to overcome quite a few injuries this year, way more than last year. It almost feels like the old days, the mid-2000s. But, I mean, this is almost every team, because we could go back a few years when we were hit with the injury bug, then a few years before that, and a few years before that. And then every time now and then, you come around to a team that's just 100% healthy, as we were last year. But then once again, we also know that you can still win when you're facing these injuries, when you're faced with adversity, because sometimes it's just your time. And I hope this is another one of those times. And speaking of times, I've seen this become the year of due. I said that at the beginning of the year. I just feel like sometimes things are due. When we were faced with a few things early in the season, I believe we hadn't beat Andy Reid in quite a few games. We hadn't ever beaten Patrick Mahomes. I believe the Jets hadn't ever beaten us, and I felt a little icky about that game. And there's a few other cases, a few other instances of that voting being true throughout this season. Now, this game where I'm seeing, maybe it's the time, the season of due is coming into play once again. I don't believe Jalen Hurts has ever won a game down there at AT&T. I don't believe Nick Sirianni has ever won a game down at AT&T. Wait, let me say that correctly. Jalen Alexander, the great Hurts, him, H1M, has yet to win a game at AT&T. Our coach, Nick Sirianni, so sincere, has not won a game down at AT&T. So hopefully these things come due. This is the time. This is the year. This is the time when we will overcome that hurdle and beat them boys up down in their house. Gotta smack them up. Because that's what we need. I mean, what? For all intents and purposes, no, it's more than a want. It's like, quite honestly, right now is a need. Could say a must-win game. I don't want to be as hyperbolic as that, but this is what I do. So, yes, I can see it as a must-win game, because if we don't beat them, then once they're tied with us in the division, I believe we still hold the tiebreaker in some capacity, in which I can't tell you right now, but I heard someone else saying it, so, I'm just regurgitating what I heard. And then, we'll be tied with the Niners, in which we would not be tied with the Niners. They would have the tiebreaker over us, being that they beat us in a head-to-head. Not to mention, they did that to us, them, here. Wow. Whoa, that team in this stadium, that's wild to me. Regardless of what, I'm trying to move on. We're out of the L-hole, y'all. It's on to Dallas. But yeah, I just think, like I said, I believe this is the season of due, and we're due to get a W down there, man. And you know what? For that, I say all that to say this, you know what? Everybody else came down the aisle. You know who else I need to come down the aisle? I need these W's to come down the aisle right now. Please, W's, where you at? No, not yet. Sunday night? All right. See you Sunday night. W, please. We need this thing, man. There's a lot of things that we can do to help us overcome that hurdle that we need to overcome when facing the Cowboys down there. We have great receivers who I believe they play great. No, they don't play great. Well, they play one-on-one. That's pretty much their scheme. They don't play too much zone, right? So, and we excel at one-on-one coverage. I mean, I believe I was hearing Jeff Mosher and Adam Kaplan say that receivers, I believe it was Alshon Jeffrey, was speaking to them to the extent that, just one-on-one wide receivers love that one-on-one coverage. You get quick breaks. I mean, we get back to the slant. I'm having a hard time saying AJ hit him on his slants, because I've seen a lot of Niner fans coming at me last week calling him Mr. Slant and all that. The dude can take you deep too, so relax. Regardless of whom or what, there are a lot of things that can be exposed on that defense. Not to mention, let's get this run game implemented more. You know how we always say, how everyone always says, how you stop Micah Parsons, not how you contain Micah Parsons, it's to run at Micah Parsons. I believe, maybe he's touched up his game a bit over the years, because, he's no longer just young, wet behind the ear rookie. This dude's coming into a formidable vet. I'm tripping on because I'm so pumped up, so juiced up, so hyped up for this game Sunday night, man. And once again, it's like just that waiting till now. But you know what? I appreciate it because I live here in New York, and to see my team play on a national basis, that is probably more often than not the only way I can watch them is on the night, the nighttime games, the primetime games, the games of the week. And we've had all of those this year. I haven't had to go too far out the nets too many times to watch these games, so I'm loving it. So I'll wait as long as I gotta wait. God damn it! As long as I get to see my birds fly, Eagles fly, let's fly, y'all. So I'm just hyped about this game, and I just think those are two ways that we can expose this team: the one-on-one coverage with our wide receivers. And we've got the weapon, and it's DeAndre Swift coming around. We got to get him further and more implemented. Get him further. We need more DeAndre Swift is basically what I'm trying to say, if you don't know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, we need that, and I think these are keys to the W as far as the defensive side. I just need these guys to come together collectively and just give us a hard-fought game, fight a little bit harder than they did. And I don't want to sound like other guys out there like saying that my team didn't fight. It was a lot. It was a lot to overcome. 3 games in 13 days, that's a lot to overcome, not to mention we're facing teams coming off of great rest, like a week and a half. They're playing Thursday games. We're playing Sunday night, Sunday afternoon games, whatever the case may be. And then it was just a lot to contend with. No excuses. Our excuses don't give us reasons, and those reasons don't excuse us. I believe that's what I was trying to say yesterday. I used to have that saying down packed to a science. Regardless of what we really want to get down packed to a science is this defense, and this defense getting back to where they should be, man. We're seeing a lot of things that lead us to, for lack of a better term, wanting more from this defense. Hopefully, being that we got a whole bunch of healthy bodies back in this defense this week, not to mention the addition of Shaq Leonard coming through. So just a lot of things to look forward to. I mean, after last week, you could say there's nowhere else to go but up. At least that's what I'm hoping. This Dallas team is coming in high as far as the offense goes. You got Cooks heating up. You got CeeDee Lamb looking like he's going crazy out there. Like, got to bite my tongue on that dude. I know that much because, I mean, he's out here giving out crazy work. Much like I said, I'm hearing the national media echo my sentiments also, and the fact that Dak Prescott seems to be like he's fully recovered from that injury a year and a half ago. So he's using his legs a bit more. So this defense has to be disciplined. They have to be on point. And I heard someone, I believe Adam Masha, they were talking about some dude. Oh, man, I know this guy too. Joe, whatever the case may be. He's got an article out when he's speaking to how many defensive fronts that Sean Desai is throwing out there. And you remember we used to get upset with Jonathan Gannon at not throwing too many fronts out there, staying vanilla, staying the same. But sometimes, throwing too much out there, the communication, especially with as many dudes as we've had to cycle through this defense, the communication gets a bit lost. A lot of things get lost in translation, and they can lead to a lot of errors on the field. And we've seen that numerous times on numerous occasions during the season. However, iron sharpens iron, to use another cliche. Whatever the case may be, you're giving these guys reps out there, you're giving them experience, and the only way to learn is to actually go out there and do it. So these things can bode well for us going down the line. With all that being said, at the end of the day, we are still tending to a top of the NFL. So, I mean, in the season to do, all I want to do is get these damn wins. And it seems like actually last week we were due to finally succumb to giving teams these early leads. So, these things happen. So, they give and they take it away. And this week we want to take back what's ours and get some W's down there at the damn AT&T. You feel me? But I say all that to say this. It's about that time around this time at this time, man. Until the next time, make it your best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time. An Eagle green time. Green time. What is great time? The fuck is he saying? But you know what else I like to do around this time, about this time, at this time? It's always easy to clock around here. Open your eagle eye, poke your beak, and give me a screech. You feel me? And swoop in. You feel me? Because we got questions. We got questions for who? We got questions for you, NFL. So trying to figure out what you're doing over there, Roger Goodell. Like, it's wow. Trying to ban the brotherly shove. Saw somebody in the comments earlier speaking to that. They're like, it could lead to injuries. I'm like, we really haven't seen too many injuries. I believe the Giants got injured on the play. They're just stupid. No, it was a fluky play. Things happen, and it's not at a rate that you would think would be enough for the league to hop in and want to switch things up. However, if we're looking at a long-term thing, and those dudes getting low, banging heads, can lead to a lot of neck injuries. Not going to say it. Nope. So, I can see if they're looking at it from a health perspective, I understand what's going down and out. give back my time. But other than that, we got questions for Roger Goodell. So for the NFL, still Goodell, whatever the flock you call it. We got questions for you, NFC and the NFCs. But this week, it's on you, Cowboys. What you gonna do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs wild on you? Say it with me one time. EAGLES. Eagles. Let's fly. Oh yeah, it's feeling good. Oh yeah. And throw your birds up. Flock the Cowboys. It's that week, baby. Don't like this, we don't care on top of that. Cowboys up.